Howdy y'all. As you can see, I'm not in the kitchen or the garden because today's video is going to be just a little bit different. We are road tripping to meet a fellow YouTuber. So y'all hop in the car, buckle up, and let's go. Okay, y'all, we are 30 minutes into our road trip, and I want to show you this little place behind me. This little feeding seed, what's it called? Family farm and garden. It's kind of like a feed and seed store. Every time I come through the little town of Manny, I have to stop here to see what they have. It's a great nursery. This is where a lot of my fruit trees and berry bushes come from. They've got really great prices. So if y'all are ever in the little town of Manny, stop at this store. So let's run in, see what they have, and get back on the road. See what I mean, y'all? I love coming here. They've got great prices. Now let's go check out and see what they have. Okay, y'all, so I wanted the papaya trees because they were only $29.99 and you got 25% off of them, but you need 2 papaya trees and I can't fit 2 back here in the Cherokee with all the other junk I have in here that I've not unloaded yet because I'm too lazy. So we are jumping back on the road and heading over to Texas. We should be hitting the state line in about 20 miles or so, and I'll keep you updated on the road trip. See y'all soon. Howdy, y'all. I finally made it over here to Texas. That was a fun car ride with lots of pit stops because I'm like a kid. Once I get in the car, I've got to have something to drink and then I've got to go take a potty break. So I made it here to Texas. Now let me introduce you to my special guest, or actually I'm his special guest, I guess. Say hello, sir.
Hey. Well, where am I looking? I'm looking there.
Yeah, at the little green dot.
I do this every time, y'all. Hey. Look who's at my house. I'm so excited.
This is Chad from Down Home Backyard Gardening.
Yep.
That's me. Y'all know I screwed that up.
And I'm wearing their shirt today.
Look at that. Yes, and I'm not wearing his. So, yeah, he's about to take me on a tour of his garden. So, why don't y'all follow along with us?
This channel, and I'm filming for this channel. So we're gonna have crossovers. This should be a lot of fun, at least I hope so. And regardless, it's gonna be fun for us.
Yes, for us it already is. Oh, wait.
We're bringing you all along for the ride.
See, we don't know what we're doing. We're working it out.
We're just having fun. So we'll start over here. So about 2 months ago, I did that video where I tried out Brian's recipe from Next Level Gardening's recipe for potted cherry tomatoes. Look at the size of those things, y'all. Those plants are huge. There are tomatoes everywhere. But what? Now that someone else is here seeing these things, what do you think of them?
Well, my first question is, what kind are they?
And you know what? That's a great question. That's why I always keep these handy.
Okay, that's what the Juliet tomatoes. The reason I asked was these look like the ones that I did a short on about looking so pink fang. These look like pink fang tomatoes because they look like sort of Christmas light looking, how they look more tall than round, or whatever. So you're gonna have to tell me which plant was your way and which plant was Brian's way.
Okay, so my way was this one right here, closest to me. And Brian's way was that other one that's way huge, way bigger. Now it's really, like, guys, I'm telling you right now, it's hard to tell the difference in these two plants, but his plant has so much more growth on it. It's absolutely insane. And what's funny, Dale, is that everything's leaning into this plant.
Right.
So this one was Brian's way, and it's leaning so far over into the way that, into my potted plant, that you can't really tell. But the way to pot, or the way to definitely plant cherry tomatoes is Brian's way, 100%.
For those of you that have not seen his video, he did these two different ways. He planted them, but he used different, and you can correct me, Chad, different fertilizer. Oh wait, we're still different types of fertilizer in, like, Brian's fertilizer mix, I guess, versus what he's used to do.
What I've always done, y'all, is I've always done a blood meal and bone meal with everything. Doesn't matter if it's a seed, a transplant, or whatever, at the bottom of every hole of everything I plant. His way of doing it, and strictly for cherry tomato and potted cherry tomatoes, not ones you'd put in the ground. He adds a calcium, Epsom salt, and then fish and bone meal of some kind. Let me get it real quick.
Neptune's Harvest or something. So while he's getting that, he's saying that Brian's way over here is, over there, has produced a much bigger and healthier tomato plant than his way on this side. But that's him being a nice, generous person. I, not nice and generous, would say all of this down here that is actually Brian's, from Brian's tomato, as they say, possession is 9/10 the law. So it is over into this plant, so therefore that is my property and part of my plant. But Chad's nicer than me. So, yes, I guess Brian's is bigger. Yours does have some yellowing. This is the Neptune's Harvest that he was saying is part of the mix, which you use that and the blood meal and bone meal too, or what?
And the calcium and the Epsom salt.
And the Epsom salt. So, both ways have tomatoes, so I call both ways a success. Yeah. Look at all those tomatoes. You can't, I mean, if that's losing, hell, I'll lose all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of tomatoes, y'all. Like, I literally, as he was filming that, I picked one and then killed at least one leaf-footed bug. I'm so tired of these things, y'all. Yeah, that dude's dead. But you see the little leaf on the back of his foot, on his back of his leg right there? That's how you know what they are.
Y'all, hold on, we're going in because I don't know what he's talking about. I can't, oh, there it is, I see it. That,
like I say, every time you're in the garden, you always gotta be looking for it.
There it is, y'all, right
Always.
there. Boom. So, he kind of smooth went right past all his little peppers. I'm jealous because my pepper plants are maybe as tall as this one, and that's being generous. And they were some of the first things planted. They are getting peppers on them, but they're not of a size to support them.
Now, what's bad about this area, though, is this is a bean plant that I planted strictly for nitrogen fixation, but all these little heatless habanero plants are going to be done because it's too hot.
Well, then what are you going to add to it next that'll still need nitrogen?
I have no idea. And that's the part of gardening that's fun. It's constantly changing, adjusting. You never know.
Yep. And his fairy garden, y'all. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm probably stepping all over him.
No,
I think this is so cool that him and his daughter does this together every year. Look at the little mushrooms and the little gnomes, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you have to
Gotta
have
have
a
some
fairy
gnomes.
in a fairy garden.
Now, one thing that's funny is when we planted this, we left the marigolds in, but look right here in the center. What plant is that, y'all? Anyone have an idea before I tell you?
A tomato plant.
Nope. Close. It's a nightshade.
A pepper plant?
Nope.
No?
It's getting closer.
Okay. I give up.
It's a potato.
A potato.
So I totally planted potatoes in here last fall just to throw them in somewhere, and it waited 7 months to start sprouting.
That's what my
That's gardening.
spinach did. Remember, I did a short about that, or one of the videos, about how it started growing up, bless you, in my fig tree, where I planted the fig tree in that grow bag, because the year before I'd used tried to grow.
Asparagus is 2 years old. Now I planted some purple asparagus right here in the front. Look at that, yo. Nice little weed. And then we got peppers and stuff over here. This bed really didn't do much at all, to be honest, so I'm just letting the cilantro go to seed. Then I planted some watermelons right back over in here in these 2 pots.
These 2 tubs right here.
Yep. We got watermelons gonna hopefully grow in these 2 pots. Whoops. Watermelons hopefully will grow in those 2 pots right there.
I did this in a video, I think last year, of strawberries from like this rain gutter thing. And I said I was going to do that this year, and I didn't, but I love that idea.
Yeah, I still haven't done anything with this year, but I will in the fall, for sure. I just haven't.
Now, you planted your watermelon in here, and I did all of my watermelons in grow bags. This is something I discovered, and y'all can tell us out there if it's true or not, if it's actually going to work. A bird apparently took one of the watermelon seeds. There we go. A bird took one of the watermelon seeds and put it in the mosquito killer pot. And watermelon is growing out of, like, I guess you'd say a gallon or 2 gallon size pot.
That's kind of cool.
And I have it where it was sitting up on a ledge. So the vines go all the way down to the ground, and the watermelons are growing on the ground. And so I was like, next year I'm going to do this, elevate the pots up onto something so there's not as much room spread out growing on the ground. As long as the vines get to the ground and the watermelons aren't hanging, if this works out, I think this is going to be the new way of doing watermelons.
That's a cool idea. I like it. I like it. And look at that. It's nature. Nature.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Learn by, what do they call it? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's part of the garden. Now down here, we got these asparagus beans. JoJo came out to say hi. We got these asparagus beans growing, and they are doing insane. I'm gonna give Dale a bunch of these to take back with him. Okay, hey, real quick, y'all. I say this every time, and with him here, he can vouch. I've said it 2 or 3 times since we've been out here. When you're in the garden, look for pests. Always be looking for pests. And look what I just saw.
I see this one even.
Those are 2 leaf-footed bugs mating right there.
Oh, it is 2 of them. See, I saw 1.
So I cannot beat this dead horse any more than I already have, y'all. Kill him when you see him.
Now, Chad thinks I just came over here. Oh, Lord. Chad thinks I just came over here to meet him. But actually, JoJo, she's the reason I came. I wanted to meet JoJo more than Chad. But, you know.
Hey, don't let him lie to you. He wanted to meet Darian, the true star of this channel.
Yes, I most definitely did want to meet his daughter. I've told him forever she is my favorite part of his videos. JoJo will be a close second favorite. But somewhere down the line, Chad will eventually come into my favorite part of his videos.
That's fine. Darian's a star. I'm just a sidekick that y'all always have to say. So look right here. I got the first of these eggplants growing right there.
And which kind is that one?
That is a Rosita eggplant.
Okay. I have some growing, but they have not produced eggplants yet. They're just vines.
Now, while we're over here on this bed, and since he was one of the first ones to jump in on the hashtag Tomato Challenge 2024, I'll show him 2 plants.
Yes.
That are not doing anything.
I'm going to assume it's these right here by this wonderful little bee pollinating. Or
Yep. So these are the 2 tomato plants that me and Brian over on Next Level Gardening, we have that competition going, but y'all, the heat, not letting these flowers pollinate at all. So you can see they're growing, but they are definitely not pollinating.
Now, with the heat, or do you think possibly you could put shade cloth, kind of drape it over your sort of trellis thing here to help take some of the sun? Do you think it's the heat or the actual sunshine?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's a combination of both, honestly. Because over there, from where we're standing right here, if you look straight over there to the tomato bed, you can see tomatoes up there. So tomatoes are growing. They're just not growing on these two challenge plants. So
Were they all planted round about the same time, or was there maybe a difference?
there was a good 4-week difference. So that might be it. That might be it too. But
That could be it too.
is what it is, y'all. It's gardening.
Oh well. Hey, he's went much further than me. My entry into their challenge grew up, was cute, and then moved it in the up potted it, and overnight it died. So apparently it wasn't ready to be up potted. I should have left it alone.
Over here, y'all, I've started the okra. All through here is gonna be okra. I'm going big on okra this year. I'm just telling him I've planted a whole lot of okra over here against this fence line where I used to have the cucumber plants and everything right in here. Now it's all okra. And y'all, I only planted these a few days ago. I think 5 days ago. And look at all the plants that are already starting to pop up. So again, if you're in the South or anywhere, I suggest you just try growing okra. Even if you're way up north, give it a shot. Why not?
And
Okra's
even
a
if you
fun
don't
crop.
like okra, you know, which I mean, if you don't like okra, that's understandable. A stewed okra and tomatoes, but you gotta like it once you put crust on it and fry it. I mean, like, you know,
Yeah, fried
that's
okra is so
gotta be
good.
great. I mean, not gotta be. I love it. It's good. I was gonna ask him about this, y'all.
Yeah, it died. The heat killed it.
Mine, I got some hanging baskets and did this because I saw him doing this in a video.
The tomato that was here, y'all, is dead. So I
Every-
put it out yesterday, actually.
Every tomato I did in the basket, doing it this upside down way where it grows from the bottom, died. So I replaced every one because I had a bunch of tomato plants, as y'all could see from the tomato jungle. Every one of those died. So apparently, I just do not need to grow tomatoes upside down. Let me ask you while we're walking around, what has been your kind of disaster plant this year? The crop that you planted and just like,
It's easy.
oh look,
Squash.
yes, I was gonna guess that. If I had to
Squash.
guess his, that's his.
His question is squash, 1,000% for me. Now I do have some zucchinis growing that y'all have seen that I constantly show, but squash plants y'all didn't do jack for me this year. Nothing. And that's why I said in that one video, I am done growing squash in the springtime.
That's why I'm
Go
trying
back.
to tell my buddy it's dumb luck. I've never grown squash before, and I'm having good luck with squash. And so obviously, if I've never done it before, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So
Okay, so since we're over here, check this one out. Yeah.
that makes my little puny one look, you know. Wait, is this, which one is this? This is a watermelon?
Yes, that is a watermelon, and to be honest, y'all, I was calling it the silver Yamatas, but I have to trace these back, and there's no way I'm tracing all those vines.
Look at how pretty that
So I'm not sure. I'll have to go back, watch the video of when I planted all the seeds, and figure out which one this is. But what's cool about this right here is yesterday I saw these. All right, look right down in there. You got to kind of move stuff to get, but there's 3 more down
Oh,
there.
boom. Down there, I see all 3 of them.
Yeah, same variety too. I just don't know what variety it is. But y'all, if you're gonna grow watermelons, get them up off the ground. Especially if you got a small area. You can't have everything sprawling on the ground. Elevate it.
The only kind of melon I have so far that has done anything like forming is the Tigger melon.
Oh, I tried to grow that last year. Couldn't.
Yeah, last year we couldn't grow it either, but this year we actually have one. So,
That's cool.
okay, so Chad's winning on the watermelons too, because just right here, that's at least 5
Yeah.
that we saw.
I've
And
never had 5 at one time.
actually, I think we're tied because I think we have 5. Because I'm still going to count the one that Chuck told me was dead, but I don't believe it's dead until it looks dead.
No, I think we let him keep it.
So we're going to say tie.
So Dale, check this one out. So last week I had a yellow, what was it called? A yellow spice jalapeno right here.
Yeah, lemon spice.
Lemon spice. Today I've got a pumpkin spice right beside it growing.
Dang, my pumpkin hasn't, my lemon spice has started, but my pumpkin spice hasn't started forming. Again, bad luck with the peppers for me.
It's the first time I've ever had one of these different colored jalapenos growing. And just so y'all know, this is a lemon spice jalapeno right here. So they will always be green, y'all. And when they ripen, they turn the color that they're supposed to, as far as these different types. And again, got these seeds from Baker Creek. Always getting the seeds from Baker Creek, y'all know that. And then right over here, we got these, I've been showing these quite a bit, these Buena Mulatas.
Yep.
Look how beautiful that is. Just a gorgeous ornamental pepper that you can eat.
I would have guessed, if I had to look at it, I would have guessed purple cayenne that hasn't fully developed yet, because those look a lot like a purple cayenne.
Yeah, 100%.
They just get longer and stringier. And one other thing I'll show off for him that I'm jealous from his videos is the blackberries. I mean, like, my one blackberry bush like died this year, and he's harvested, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of blackberries.
A lot of blackberries. But right now it's getting in the mid 90s here in my area, and this area does not get any shade at all. So all the flowers, like you can see, are burning. So my blackberry days are done for this year, at least until fall, for the most part. Yep, which kind of stinks.
And by the way, I don't know how the camera went. I was trying to get the back of his shirt that has my name on it. So since I wasn't looking if it was his butt, that wasn't on purpose.
He feels the same way. It's hot.
It's as hot in Texas as it is in Louisiana, I can tell you.
I don't doubt that at all. It's hot. But I wanted to show him this last section over here because besides this bed back here behind me, this section over here is kind of my pride and joy out here. This arched trellis has just made a difference to me. So let's check it out.
His made a difference to me too, because Chuck cried once he saw it until we made one. So, you know, I'm like, thanks a lot, Chad. Now I get to go outside in the heat and build something.
Yeah, well, what he doesn't know is Chuck and I coordinated that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
I just put Chuck on that. Just kidding.
Chuck wishes he could be here with all this too, but you know, a fancy pants chef never gets a Saturday or Sunday off. So
yeah, I get it. Now, I was out here last night, and I swear I didn't see what I'm about to show Dale right now. I haven't had any Rampicati zucchinis growing for about a week from the last one, big one that I harvested. But check it out right here. So I got one right here. Check that out. And then it looks like this one might have made it also. So two really close.
That is cool. Now go back and look at the picture I sent you, Chad, and the one that had the flower on it that Chuck was talking about frying the flour, is that a Rampicati?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. Cool, because that was in our mystery bag. So we had no idea what kind that was, but now that I've seen his, I think that's what kind it was.
Yeah, the Rampicatis are really good. They're pest resistant to a point, and they grow, you know, a good foot, 14 inches long. They're a pretty good thick zucchini, so I mean you're getting plenty of fruit off of it to make, you know, an easy meal for two, or even maybe for a family if you stretch it, or you have a picky kid that doesn't want to eat zucchini. But so I'm gonna have Dale look over here against that wall,
because I know what's over there. I can see.
Indian snake cucumbers growing up here, growing like crazy for me.
Now, most of ours grew down, touched the ground, and had a bad curve. We did have two that laid on the ground, but I definitely did not have one that grew like that.
That almost looks like a snake coming out to get you.
It does.
It's such a cool way that it's growing on that trellis.
That is cool. So I'm glad that he's got some.
And then over here off to your left, Dale, we got the Taiwanese yard longs, and then the Chinese long red noodle beans growing also. So it's pretty cool. I've got the green and the red growing beside each other, and they're finally starting to come on.
Okay, did you have any red noodle pole beans? I sent you some. Did you have any grow? Because I'm gonna have to show you the short I did that hasn't posted yet. They look very similar to this.
To those?
Yes.
Those might be what you sent me, because I did plant these a while back. and I didn't know that they were growing. Those right there, those are the newer ones.
Okay.
So if you, yeah, those are the ones you sent me then.
Okay, because
When those started growing, man, I was totally shocked. I was like, I didn't remember these, but I mean, look, they're even up there at the very top.
oh yeah, look, you got one of those that grew weird at the top too around this thing. But yeah, I mean, I've got like the entire fence is covered in these.
Awesome.
Don't know what they taste like. We haven't done a harvest and taste for those yet.
They're good. They're a good bean. You want to harvest them when they're a little thinner than a pencil. You can slap them into stir fries or whatever. Very, very good bean.
Look, his figs make mine look like baby figs, but mine are baby figs. So
this is the container garden that I have going. And, you know, for those of you on my channel, you know I really push this out there. But for those of you over on Dale and Chuck's channel, you know, container gardening is great. You can put a container anywhere. You don't need a giant space. Only thing you have to do is remember to amend more often, keep them watered, and just give them love. But a container garden is a great way also for beginner gardeners, for kids, or someone who just doesn't have a lot of space. But you can grow your own food. Just create your own little container garden.
and even if you set it on a patio, do like we did last year and call it the concrete garden.
Yes. Yes, that's absolutely true. But yeah, that's it. You can tell
Okay.
the sun's really starting to get to the figs. But that's the way it is here in North Houston area.
And in the whole South, basically.
Right? For real.
He's got another pepper there that I don't have. And is that like the black pearl?
No, these are all super hots.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show him. Honestly, he was just now talking about my pepper game. These two peppers are what I'm most proud of. I've been trying to grow super hots this year. Check it out. So right there, that is a peach scorpion pepper. Right there.
Dang, look at that. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be hot.
I mean, that thing's over 1 million Scovilles. And for those of you who don't really know the Scoville scale, think of jalapenos way down here at the bottom, and think of those way up here at the top. Yeah, you don't want to eat them.
One I definitely wouldn't be doing a harvest and taste on.
No, I won't either. But I have a family member who loves super hot, so those are going to him. You're welcome, Danny.
Chard down there. Look at the chard.
Yeah, I just transplanted these into out of pots into the ground because this is where I had the garlic and all the water was killing it. So I figured, hey, I'll just put the peppers in and see what they do.
He didn't have a great garlic year, and neither did we. So I'm just writing it off to the entire South is going to have a bad garlic year. Not wishing it on anyone, just saying. Can't be just us two.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, man, that's the garden.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to come over here and bring my viewers. And for any of my viewers, he has way more than me, but if you're not subscribed to his channel, please go over and subscribe to Down Home Backyard Gardening. Y'all have now met Chad and see how wonderful and great he is. Bye, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm sure there's a lot of the ground in this, so Chuck will have his work cut out on editing this, y'all. So, y'all take care. Thanks a lot. Bye, y'all.